another week of social distancing, another week of getting to know Jesus better. Over the next 4 days, we're going to be looking at John's Gospel. John, a man who was a friend of Jesus, who saw everything that Jesus did, he wrote an account of Jesus' life. It's right here in the Bible. So over the next few days, we're going to be looking at Jesus in action from John chapter 11. And each day we're going to be asking the question, why should I believe in Jesus? To put it another way, why should I trust him? Today we're going to be looking at the whole episode of John chapter 11. But over the next few days we'll be zooming in at different scenes. But the big picture, zoomed out, whole story answer to the question, why should I believe in Jesus? From John chapter 11 is this: because Jesus gives life. If we want proof of that, it's in this chapter. Jesus can give life even to someone who is dead. So here we go. John sets the scene for us by introducing us to 4 people. They're all friends. There's Martha and Mary, their sisters, there's their brother Lazarus, and there's Jesus. But plot twist, Lazarus is dead. John tells us that Jesus, he's out of town when Lazarus dies, but sometime after hearing, he returns. And Martha, she comes up to Jesus and she says, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Then Mary appears and she says exactly the same thing. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." And then Mary starts to cry. And then actually there's a whole crowd of people with Martha and Mary now, and they're all crying. And then John tells us that Jesus, he starts to cry too. Now the man we heard last week is God himself. He starts crying. Jesus, he really, really loves his friends, and he cries when they die. And so I wonder if that changes our picture of Jesus, all powerful and yet deeply moved. John goes on to say that they've now all gone to the tomb where Lazarus has been laid. It's sort of a cave with a stone rolled over the front of it. And Jesus says, "Roll away the stone." But Martha, she says, "No, Jesus, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Lazarus, he's been dead for 4 days. If you roll the stone away, we're all going to smell it. He's going to stink. It's going to be disgusting. Don't do it. Don't do it." But Jesus, he insists. He says, "Roll the stone away." Martha, she is absolutely convinced in her own mind that her brother is dead and they're all about to smell it. But Jesus, he insists. He says, "Roll the stone away." And then he says, "Lazarus, come out." And then the most remarkable thing happens. Out of the darkness of a tomb, a figure appears. A figure wrapped in cloths of linen, around the body, around the arms, around the legs, even around the face. It's dead Lazarus, but living, breathing, heart beating. Jesus gives life, even to people who are dead. The one thing humankind has always tried to do but never been able to do it, give people life after death, that is. Jesus does with just 3 words. He says, "Lazarus, come out." So why should we believe in Jesus? Why should we trust him? Because Jesus gives life. Only Jesus gives life. He's proved that to us here in John chapter 11. He can give life even to someone who is dead. And so, Jesus can give us life now. We're going to hear tomorrow quite how he does that. So stay tuned, stay safe. See you next time.